All right. Hey, y'all. We're back. My name's Jared. I'm an audio engineer here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're working on this tune called So Good by Zeal Church. It's a live recording we did a few weeks ago. Last video, we did a mixed only using stock plugins. And now we're kind of going to talk about what plugins I would get. And I'm going to do this mix with only 2 plugins. So if I only had 2 plugins at my disposal, for mixing, I'm going to leave the effects. You know, we need reverb. I'm still going to use stock reverb on this one. But if I only had 2, I'm going to pick a SSL channel strip, and I'm going to pick a distressor for my compressor. And I feel like we can get a lot of things done with those 2 things. I love the Pro Q3. That'd probably be the EQ I want. But the channel strip gives me another compression option. It gives me some gating options and EQ options as well. So I think that's going to be a great start for us. Obviously not a great pick for the mix bus, but we're just going to make it work and see if we can't do this. So this is probably the next 2 plugins I would buy outside of stock plugins. And we're just going to go and see where we can get from there. Let's start with this mix bus.
Walking on water, as I'm singing now, with your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. Faithful, and I'm so grateful. How good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be.
That high shelf does a lot. Let's get a distressor going here. They call this the Swiss Army knife because you can do so many things with it. So it's pretty awesome. It can be whatever compressor I want it to be. Just kind of depends how I set it up. So we're going to do that.
Walking on water, as I'm singing now, with your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves.
So that was interesting right away. I noticed how much gain it added just being on. So I just wanted to adjust that a little bit.
Walking on water, as I'm singing now.
Don't want to notice it too much. Okay, let's get like a parallel thing going here so we can just get our drums happening faster. Yeah.
Walking on water, as I'm singing now, with your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. Walking on water, as I'm singing now, with your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So
I hate this analog thing. Right, it's just noise. I don't want to add noise. If I want noise, I'll add noise, but I don't. So I turn it off, and I'm just going to copy this over so I don't have to keep doing that a million times. Yeah. Nice, 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 nice. Get this analog off. got to notice when you move this threshold up on this SSL plugin, my gain is coming up too. So I'm just kind of adjusting that on this slider here. So again, I can kind of gain match. Was typing distortion there. Panicked for a second. Here we go.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. You've been faithful, and I'm so grateful. How good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be. You stay the same, you never change. You've been so kind to me. Come on and sing it out. For how good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be. That's right. 'Cause you stay the same, you never change. You've been so kind to me. Oh, I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. I'm walking on water, I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves.
All right, I'm going to try to use this as a distortion box. I've got it set to distortion 3, which is like tape, and I'm just blitzing it out, and let's see if that'll work.
Walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. You've been faithful, and I'm so grateful. How good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be. You stay the same, you never change. You've been so kind to me. Come on and sing it out. But how good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be. That's right. 'Cause you stay the same, you never change. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. You've been faithful.
Let's try to edit on these rooms and see if we can't get a little more explosiveness out of there. Let's see some of this. Maybe some of this.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. I'm walking on water as
That's pretty sick. Let's check that out here.
I'm walking on water as
So in the mix, I had it boosted a lot higher, but it's pretty magic, and especially compressing some room and stuff. It just really adds like a lot more movement going on, and it just sounds so sick. And this is just, like I said, we're just using stock reverbs here, just like just a room sound, a little bit bigger, a little splashier. Really dig it. And then, yeah, so obviously I don't have a de-esser. What am I going to do? You know, I think we can maybe try to get like a little fake de-esser going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to isolate where all of my frequencies are happening for my de and make it focus on that. And then I'm going to have my compressor as a sidechain just only react to that. And we'll see if we can't make it kind of tame my my transients here, though. But to set that up, right, so I've got to create a send. And let's see if I have any buses left over. I don't. So we're going to go new track. And we're going to call, it's going to be it's going to be a mono. And we're going to call this DS side chain. Cool. Now I don't need the actual channel, but I do want to send this here. And then we'll take, because I can only have one compressor, we're going to take another distressor here. Boom. And then we'll set my side chain. Can I side chain this? I can't side chain on this distressor, so I'm just going to use a stock compressor to demonstrate the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this side chain and we're going to set it to our DS side chain. So now this is only going to react to what I tell it to react to on this channel. So what do we got to do? We got to get EQ going here, and I want to filter out basically everything happening down low, because I only want it to be just like the most annoying S sounds. So we're just going to blitz everything up here and see if we can't hone in on something here.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder.
We got to set our output of our sidechain to be going to this sidechain. So I go here, and because I title all my buses, I can just type in DS sidechain. I know that's where it's going. And then I set this to sidechain, and then I want my sidechain focusing on this key right here. So I got to make sure this key is in, and then you can even listen to what I'm sidechaining. Here it is.
Walking on water as I'm singing.
Terrible. Absolutely awful. I definitely want the compressor reacting to all of that. So then you can see it's just reacting. Now my threshold and everything is set on just that terrible sound, so it's only focusing on that.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves.
And yeah, we can mess with our settings here to kind of find a sweet spot on all that. But I got it set on the fastest attack because I want it to grab all right away, and I want it to let go pretty quick because I don't want to hear it working. And yeah, so now we got a fake de-esser. I just made my own de-esser because, you know, I only gave myself 2 plugins. This is, let's call this a half a plugin because obviously the distressor didn't have a sidechain in it. But I think you get my point. The other thing on this too is, because we're not going to be soloing, I do, if I ever solo this vocal, I still want it to work. So what I would do is hold command and click on this solo. So anytime I solo this, this will still be sending. So I do want to do that. And then I'll change the color on this because I don't want to mistake it for one of my vocals or something. So I'll just, you know, turn it to this, call it my DS side chain. I'm messing up because it's not all caps. Got to be all caps. DS side chain. Sure. And yeah.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going to.
But yeah, this distressor is so sick. You can just do so many things with it. You know, I can make it kind of be more like an LA2A. I can make it fast like an 1176. Like the slowest attack setting on this is like 30 milliseconds, which is pretty slow. I mean, that it's the same on this SSL channel strip. I think this is, attack time is around 30 seconds. They say it's program dependent, but it's like 30 milliseconds. It might be 10 milliseconds. And then on the fast setting, it's 1 millisecond. And then like an 1176, like is like 400 milliseconds, so much faster. So this distressor all the way on the fastest setting, I think can get up to that 400 millisecond area. So we can make it be like an 1176 as well. So let's say I get rid of the dynamics on my, I'll just bypass my dynamic compression I have going on here, and maybe I'll get like LA, like a 1176 into an LA2A sound here. So let's kind of dial that in here. We're gonna go 4-to-1. I'm gonna go super fast on my attack, super quick on my release, and because let's just switch my distortion to happening there. I do also just like focusing my band on that, and let's see what we can get.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. You've been faithful, and now.
So now we're overcompressing on this one, so I gotta find my balance here.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down.
So again, with the 1176 to the LA2A thing, my thinking is I want to kind of take care of my peaks and the stuff where he's really pushing on my 1176, and then I want my LA2A type of thing, just like kind of riding the vocal and not overreacting, not squashing out of nowhere. So I'm trying to take care of those peaks so the one on the right doesn't have to be so jumpy and can just be a little smoother.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down.
The other thing too is, like, I always recommend reading the manuals on these plugins, because what's cool about the Distressor as well is they talk about how the gain reduction meter is super accurate, and like on VU meters they're slow and they're not crazy accurate, and that's why sometimes when you can start to hear compression before you actually see needles moving on VU meters. So this is more accurate. So meaning I can kind of push these a little bit more, and it would be equivalent to, let's say 2 to 3 dB of compression is probably more like 5 to 6 on this Distressor, maybe on how it's metering. So you just want to make sure to use your ears, but it is okay to see a little more over compression, let's call it, via the lights here. So that's a cool trick I love on this. It's so cool that you can just get so many different compression sounds with the Distressor. Let's go to this. I have two kinds of thinking on, let's say, parallel compression on the drums, right? So this is kind of like an Eric Valentine thing. He does like a super wide open, slow attack, super fast release. He kind of dials us in or whatever, and a high ratio on his drum bus, and that's just like really accentuating the transients. Let's say I want to do something different, kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum, get a little more splatty. I like kind of going here. Let's go 6 to 1. I do like bringing this up faster. Let's leave this around in here. I like my settings here, and turn this off and see what we can get. Yeah, just kind of the difference in the transient coming more forward, and then having a little more, I feel like it's like roomier on this one. You kind of get a little more of like a smear and a spread, but just as explosive. I kind of dig that there.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me.
But yeah, that's like a 2 plug-in mix, just kind of quick and dirty, and just kind of seeing what this channel strip can do for us. And if I need more than 1 or 3 of those bands, I'll just do another version of it. And yeah, that's where we left off. Let's check it out.
I'm walking on water as I'm singing now. With your hand upon me, I'm not going down. So bring on the thunder, bring on the waves. My eyes are fixed on the one who saves. You've been faithful, and I'm so grateful. How good you are, how good you've been, how good you're gonna be. You stay the same, you never change. You've been so kind to me. Come on and sing it out. For how good you are, how good you've been.
Let me know what else you want to see, and we'll keep rolling on this. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. We'll talk soon.